Hi, I'm doing the Tumblr pronunciation challenge, and I'm just going to go ahead and start it. Your name and username and where you're from. My name is Jeff. My username is Tuba Bacon, and I am from Anderson, South Carolina. Now, say these words. Sorry. Aunt, root, wash, oil, theater, iron, salmon, caramel, fire, water, shore, data, ruin, crayon, toilet, New Orleans, pecan, both, again, probably, spitting image, Alabama, lawyer, coupon, mayonnaise, syrup, pajamas, caught. Now I have to answer these questions. What is it called when you throw toilet paper on a house? It is TPing, or you TP the house. Which insult beginning with M would you use to describe an unattractive person? I don't know. I really don't know. What is the bubbly carbonated drink called? It's a soda. What do you call gym shoes? They're tennis shoes. What do you say to address a group of people? Y'all. What do you call your grandparents? They are Granny and Papa on my mom's side, and Grandma on my dad's side. What do you call the wheeled contraption in which you carry groceries in at the supermarket? It's a buggy. What do you call it when rain falls while the sun is shining? It's raining while the sun's out. Choose a book and read a passage from it. I it's a slightly long passage. I'll be reading The Tale of the Three Brothers from Beetle the Bard. There were once three brothers who were traveling along a lonely, winding road at twilight. In time, the brothers reached a river too deep to wade through and too dangerous to swim across. However, these brothers were learned in the magical arts, and so they simply waved their wands and made a bridge appear across the treacherous water. They were halfway across it when they found their path blocked by a hooded figure, and Death spoke to them. He was angry they had been cheated out of three new victims, for travelers usually drowned in the river, but Death was cunning. He pretended to congratulate the three brothers upon their magic, and said that each had earned a prize for having been so clever to evade him. So the oldest brother, who was a combative man, asked for a wand more powerful than any in existence, a wand that must always win duels for its owner, a wand worthy of a wizard who had conquered death. So Death crossed to an elder tree on the banks of the river, fashioned a wand from the branch that hung there, and gave it to the eldest brother. Then the second brother, who was an arrogant man, decided that he wanted to humiliate Death even further, and asked for the power to recall others from death. So Death picked up a stone from the river bank and gave it to the second brother, and told him that the stone would have the power to bring back the dead. And then Death asked the third and youngest brother what he would like. The youngest brother was the humblest and also the wisest of the brothers, and he did not trust Death. So he asked for something that would enable him to go forth from that place without being followed. And Death, most unwillingly, handed over his own cloak of invisibility. Then Death stood aside and allowed the three brothers to continue along their way. And they did so, talking with wonder of the adventure that they had had, and admiring Death's gifts. In due course, the brothers separated, each for his own destination. The first brother traveled on for a week or more, and reaching a distant village, sought out a fellow wizard with whom he had a quarrel. Naturally, with the elder one as his weapon, he could not fail to win the duel that followed. Leaving his enemy dead upon the floor, the eldest brother proceeded to an inn, where he boasted loudly of the powerful wand that he had snatched from Death himself, and of how it made him invincible. That very night another wizard crept to the eldest brother as he lay, wine-sodden, upon his bed. The thief took the wand and, for good measure, slit the eldest brother's throat. And so Death took the first brother for his own. Meanwhile the second brother journeyed to his home, where he lived alone. Here he took out a stone that he had the power to recall the dead, and turned it thrice in his hand. To his amazement and his delight, the figure of the girl he had once hoped to marry, before her untimely death, appeared at once before him. Yet she was sad and cold, separated from him as by a veil. Though she had returned to the mortal world, she did not truly belong there, and suffered. Finally, the second brother, driven mad with hopeless longing, killed himself as to truly join her. and so Death took the second brother for himself. But though Death searched for the third brother for many years, he was never able to find him. It was only when he had attained a great age that the youngest brother finally took off the cloak of invisibility and gave it to his son. And then he greeted Death as an old friend, and went with him gladly, and, equals, they departed this life. Um, do you know anyone from Tumblr in real life? I know my fiance, Haya Darling or Haya Asia. I can't remember which one it is now. Um, and Hannah. I know Hannah. And I know Tally, but she's hardly ever on. She probably won't see this. End an audio post by saying any 3 words that you want. I'm going to say 4. Nitwit, blubber, oddment, and tweak.